guys hear me all right?
Yep.
Ready to roll?
Russell, Pete was saying that he feels like you guys are very close to turning the corner, and you obviously have a history of playing better in the second half of the season. Why will that be the case this year again?
Well, I think the belief in what we're doing, the belief that we're really extremely close to making a lot of great plays, and it's been the same thing in the past. But the past doesn't mean anything. We're focused on right now and what we do to be successful. That's hard work, and it's not some mystery case. You just have to make the plays. We have to continue to develop and continue to get better, and that's what we're going to do.
What do you guys need to do, you think, to kind of turn that corner?
Well, I think the first thing is we got great football players, and the best thing we can do is stay on the field. And what that means is when we have a chance to make plays on third down. When we get a chance to be consistent and convert on third down, we have to be able to stay on the field on third down, and that gives us more chances in the red zone to capitalize more touchdowns.
The weekly question: how you're feeling? What body part hurts?
I'm feeling great, feeling the best I've felt since week 1, so that's a good thing.
The knee brace, will there be a point where you may not have to wear that this season, or is that going to be something you have to wear all year?
I'm always big into the safety aspect of it. I think it's probably smart to wear it. I may take it off. Who knows? I just take it one day at a time. I could probably honestly go without it, but I'm not sure if that's a smart decision right now.
Do you feel like that hinders you at all?
Not really, honestly. I think it has. I've been battling the injury. Been able to play with with tough injuries and stuff, and haven't been able to run as fast as I normally can. But definitely getting there, that's for sure.
Was last week's brace smaller, or is that the same one you've been wearing?
That's a different brace. It's actually a thinner brace. It's a titanium brace, so it's a little bit lighter.
If you had to diagnose kind of the problems with the run game, just not getting on track so far, what would you say?
Like I said, it's not a mystery thing. I think it comes down to execution. Comes down to us making the right block, making the right cut, making the right decisions, all that. I think we've had some really good runs. I think the biggest thing, though, that we've had struggles with, honestly, it comes down to penalties. We've had some big passing plays called back. We've had some big run plays called back, so that really kind of deters you from where you want to go.
You guys have had a lot of explosive plays in the past. There haven't been as many this year. What do you need to do to kind of get those back in the offense?
Well, I think the first thing is eliminate the penalties. I think that when you're 1st and 20, we've had. You think back to the Rams game, we had 2 or 3 huge big pass plays called back, and made it 1st and 20 or 1st and 25 or whatever it was, and that makes it really tough. Those explosive plays kind of go away from that. Then when you make it 3rd and 15, 3rd and 20, that kind of eliminates some of the explosive plays too. So, like I said, it comes back to penalties, execution, great discipline. We're going to do that. We have a great spunk this week. We're going to bring it. We're going to bring the energy and just continue to look forward to making those plays.
Pete talked about the last play last week. If you had a little bit more time, maybe you're able to change Jermaine's route and he goes inside, and maybe it's a little bit of an easier pass or whatever. Is it frustrating at all to look at a play like that and just like that's how close it could have been to something like that?
Well, that's the game of football. It's a game of inches. We had a chance to win it there at the end, which is nothing better. You guys know me. I love nothing more than have the ball in my hand and with a minute or 2 minutes left in the game. So I'm looking forward to making those plays, and we will next time. The clock was running down. We didn't have enough time. I was able to change the protection really fast just to get us blocked up, but didn't have enough time to really change the route because the clock was running down. But next time we'll find a way.
You mentioned changing protection this week with the Bills and their pressure. How important is that for you and Justin Britt to be on the same page and getting all those calls right?
Well, Justin and I have been meeting a bunch this week. He's done a great job. He's done a great job all season. We've done a great job communicating and being on the same page. The offensive line is doing a really good job in pass protection and giving us enough time to make some throws and make some plays. So we want to continue that. And we're going against a very, very tough Buffalo Bills defense. They do a lot of different things, and we're looking forward to that. And there's nothing better than a challenge. And we're looking forward to trying to slow down that challenge.
What did CJ Prosise show you in his first extended run?
He was exciting the other day, just to see what CJ did running the football, first of all. He had a couple of nice runs hitting the edge. He had one play where he ran one, and it was probably a 10-yard gain. He got called back. I think about that one. And then he had the explosive play down the field that Tanner threw to him. So that was pretty cool. And then he made some great plays in the end of the game. He was so calm, so composed, great poise. So he's going to be a great football player for us.
What have you missed without Rawls?
Well, yeah, I think that you're missing a great football player. He's a superstar running back. He's physical in terms of Thomas Rawls. He can make all the cuts, make all the runs. He catches the ball really well. So we'll get him back eventually, hopefully. And I think Kristen Michael. I think C.J. Procyse. I think the other guys that we have too, Alex Collins, they've been running the ball really well. So we can do better. We can always do better. That's not just on them. That's on everybody. And so hopefully I get my legs fresh again too. Make a couple extra runs here and there. Not looking for it, but just when it's there, you make those runs.
Has it felt strange not running as much as you have in the past?
Well, I mean, I think the last 6 or 7, 8 games I didn't really run that much either, of last year. So, I'm fine not running. It's not a thing where I'd rather throw it to those guys, our true playmakers, our true players that can make a lot of great plays out there, and let them make those plays. I think that it makes it tougher on the defense when you have a guy that can run and make some plays because it's just an 11th guy you have to cover.
Do you have to kind of harness your instincts a little bit, where you see somebody, you want to spin out and run away, realize, with the brace and with all the things that you've gone through, that maybe that's not the best option?
Yeah, the first 3-4 weeks after the first week, so week 2, week 3, week 4. It was really kind of tough to really okay, I got to be smart here, I didn't have quite as much explosiveness and all that kind of stuff, getting out of cuts and making moves and all that. So Tater, my quarterback coach, said he was going to put a shot collar on me, anytime I left the pocket on the first few weeks, just to be smart, long season, long journey, and we could still win, without me just running it and whatever. And so we were able to do that. We're 4-2-1. I'm not sure about the one part. I'm not sure if I like that part, but we just want to continue to build and continue to grow, and we have a great chance. And we're about to hit a stride. We really believe that we have a great chance, and we want to keep making those plays.
And for you, the sense is that you can get more closely back to what is instinctual for you.
Yeah, I think that just there's some exciting plays that you possibly could make in and out. That would add maybe 2 or 3 more explosive plays to a game. Maybe make a challenge for the defense to either come up or play me or try to cover the guy deep and just get a first down. All those things are factors. I've been fortunate to be able to pick up a lot of first downs through running it too as well. Me, I'm never really looking just to run. It's always looking to pass, but if it's not there, then you take it and get a first down.
Pete said yesterday that for about 5 weeks each week there was a thought that maybe you wouldn't play. Did you ever think, going through any of that it would have been better off to take a week or 2 off and not try to go through that and get healthier or whatever at some point? Or
Yeah, they told me, they tried to talk to me about the idea of not playing. There was no chance I was playing. There's no chance I wasn't going to play, so that was kind of my thought process.
Why would you not even take a practice day off in those weeks?
Because I think practice is everything. That's how I grew up. I think that it's easy to play great. When you're healthy and all that. I shouldn't say easy, but it's easier to play great when you're healthy. But you got to be able to overcome the situation. You got to be able to mentally see what you can do, what you can't do, and try to step out in the field and win a football game. So like I said, it's one of those things that you got to be able to play a little dinged up, and find a way.
When did they try to convince you that maybe sitting would be? Was it after the knee injury? Was that the closest they got, or the hardest they tried to convince you?
The ankle and the knee. After the ankle injury, they told me it could take a few weeks. But I was already icing and I was already doing everything I could to not let that happen. And then same thing with the knee. But like I said, it's kind of it's the mental focus. It's the attitude that you have to play with. And I think it ultimately allows you to give your team and give yourself a chance to win football games.
Can you just imagine a scenario, though, where you are facing an injury and you have to kind of step back and look at it more long term, whether that's, getting healthy for the end of the season or whether it's getting ready for, next year, the rest of your career?
Yeah, I try not to imagine that.
Hey, Russell, getting back to running again, so you're in a position now where if you have to run, you don't think about it, you're comfortable enough. You're not looking to run, but if you have to, it's not even a thought process regarding injuries.
Yeah, for sure. I can definitely make a play when we need to. So that's a good thing. Been able to push it, been able to run a bunch. Lately in the past week or so, was swimming a bunch before, just trying to keep my conditioning up and all that. So it feels great, and I want to make sure that you're ready to go and ready to roll. Like I said, I got true playmakers out in the flank. I got great running backs and tight ends, and we want to let those guys make the plays. But if it's not there, you try to run and get a first down and make a play.
In New Orleans, it looked like you were putting a sweatshirt on between series, which is not characteristic that we've seen. Was that to keep the pec warm, kind of the old baseball player?
Yeah, that was the
thing?
baseball. I mean, I do that every once in a while. Sometimes in indoor stadiums, it's a little bit chillier, actually. So at the beginning of the game, it was kind of a little bit colder in there. So I just wanted to make sure I kept my arm warm. A lot of times I'll put a jacket on my right arm and do that. I've never put a sweatshirt on because we just didn't have the big jacket because we weren't thinking I needed it. But, I wanted to keep the arm warm and just keep it loose and all that, so.
Russell, Cam Newton obviously said this week he feels like he's officiated differently, even when he's in the pocket. Maybe, I don't know if it's because he's big or because he's mobile. You're obviously a guy who's been able to escape pressure. Have you ever felt that way? Has there ever been an instance where you feel like you don't get the benefit of the doubt of some of the other guys?
No, I don't feel that way. I try to just play smart football. I think I've said this before, but if I didn't want to play football, I didn't want to get hit. I'd be playing tennis. So that's just one of those things that you're going to get hit. You're going to take some tough hits every once in a while. You got to hang in there. At the same time, it's a rough game. We always want to make the smart decision and get down and get out of bounds. I haven't seen his particular situation, honestly. I try to stay away from watching the ESPN and all that. I just, I know for me, trying to get down, slide, get out of bounds, all those things, because those guys are chasing after you.
Anything else? Thanks, Russ.
Thank you guys. Go Hawks.